All right, everybody, welcome to the second video in our our nuclear decay video questions work page. For this one, we're going to be looking at balancing nuclear equations. So I'm going to do this in two colors just so it's a little easier to follow along with. We'll have blue for one side and black for the other. Since we're looking at balancing this first one with uranium-235 and our neutron, one of the things that I'm going to do to start this off is add up on the left. So on my reactant side, I can see that there's no unknown, whereas my unknown's over here in the product. So if I add all of these up, I should be able to figure out what I'm going to set my product equal to. So I have 235 plus 1 equals 236 at the top. Across the bottom, 92 plus 0 gives me 92. So I know that as I work my way through the other side, when I meant to do this, black. So I work my way through the other side, that we will have 92 on the bottom and 236 on the top. On the other side, I see that I have two neutrons. I do need to do a little bit of multiplication here. So 2 times 0 gives me 0 on the bottom. Across the top, 2 times 1 is going to give me 2. From there, I'm going to do the addition just like I did on the right. So 53 plus 0 gives me 53. Across the top, 139 plus 2 gives me 141. The last thing I have to figure out, folks, is what item is going to go into the blank here to help me set these even to each other. So if we're going to do this like over in this little area where I have some scratch paper available, what I'm going to do is set up this sort of a question. So I have across the bottom, 92 is equal to 53 plus blank. And across the top, I have 236 equal to 141 plus a blank. So, just like you've been doing in algebra, this is a simple one variable equation. We're going to go ahead and solve for that blank. So, I'm going to look at my little pre-solved math over here. When I do that, on the bottom, I'm going to get 39. And then on the top, I get 95. I know 95 here on the top is my mass number. I'll write this in purple just so it stands out. I guess this is maroon. On the bottom, I have 39. 39 also is the atomic number here. So when I go to figure out what the symbol is going to be in my blank, I'm going to look on the periodic table for number 39. Hard part is, Francis does not have where 39 is memorized. So as I'm looking, remember the atomic number is at the top on the periodic table. So number 39 is abbreviated with that Y. I'm not going to try to pronounce it because, as we might all know, Francis is an ecologist by training. What I do know is that I can write the letter Y right on our page here to finish our equation out. Okay. So for that one, we had to sum up both sides. And it looks like we're going to have to do the same thing down here. So on the bottom, on the top for the second equation, I've got some number plus 1 is the same as, that's what that arrow is, 241 plus 4. So 241 plus 4 is 245. Across the bottom, I've got some number plus 0 is the same as 95 plus 2, which we know is 97. The math on this one, I think, actually is easier than the math on the first one. Some number plus 0 is 97. Well, that's just straight up 97. Across the top, some number plus 1 gives us 245. That's 244. To figure out what element I'm looking at, I'm going to use my periodic table. I'm going to go check out 97. 97 is an actinide number, so it's going to be in that row under the periodic table. So when I start looking, that's even for me, but not for you. I see that I have 97 right here, berkelium. We're going to abbreviate that with the BK. That solves that one. For the last one, they gave us a little bit of a tricky one. Not only do we have beta minus with no numbers, we also do not have the atomic number for this ES. So we're going to have to do a couple steps. For this one, I'm going to start with beta minus just because it's the easiest for me. I know that a beta minus has a 0 on the top and a -1 on the bottom. I know I haven't shown it in this video, but you do have that little key up in the top right of your page that does have what all of those symbols stand for that can help you out here. The next thing I've got to do, because now I can solve my top, is figure out how to solve the bottom. I don't know the atomic number of ES yet. One thing I can do is look on the periodic table and try to find ES. ES is Einsteinium. It's right here. It's number 99. So remember that 254 is the mass. We need the atomic number, which is 99. So I'm going to write that in under 252. Now that I have my values written in, I can actually go in and do the math here. So 99 subtract 1 equals 98. That's my atomic number, my reactant. And then 252 plus 0 equals 252. So that's going to be the mass number of my reactant. When I look on the periodic table for number 98, I'm going to put that down, find CF, Californium, as my answer. So I'm going to write that in to the reactant slot in this question. Hopefully seeing a couple of these, even though they're a little bit quick, was helpful. If you would like to do more guided practice, don't forget that there are guided practice slides available on Classroom, complete with another worksheet that will walk you step by step through how to do these. If you have not used that slide yet, it also writes out all of the steps instead of just talking you through it, which sometimes can be helpful, especially if you are like me and it takes you a second to figure out this periodic table. I will see you guys on the back of this page. Bye.